on the air like, oh, there it is, that's good enough for me. Good evening and welcome to the February 25th, 2026 meeting of the Town of Gray's Zoning Board of Appeal. Roll call. Georgia.
Here.
Derek.
Here.
Andrew.
Here.
Brad. Oh, yeah, I'm here.
That's good.
First item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes from the November 19th, 2025 meeting. Is there a motion? And those were included in the package that you
Yes. Georgia Woodbury, I move that we accept the minutes of the previous meeting as submitted.
got. Is there a second?
Derek Shirley, I second that.
Any discussion?
I did have a question about, do we do notices of decision, or is it just the minutes that is the record of?
We do a notice of decision.
We do? Okay.
Yes.
Good. All right. Well, if we do that, then I was just concerned that the minutes didn't serve that purpose, but if they don't have to, then we're good.
All those in favor? Unanimous. New business tonight. Donald and June Timpany are requesting a practical difficulty variance appeal from the standards established in the zoning ordinance to reduce a side setback on a .4 acre parcel at 4 Spruce Drive, Gray, tax map 027-047-019-000 in the Rural Residential and Agricultural Zoning District. Is there a motion to open the public hearing?
Derek Shirley, I motion that we open the public meeting.
A second? Anybody? Andrew?
Second that.
Seconds the motion to open the public hearing. Is there somebody here representing the Timpanys? Would you step up to the podium, please, and state your name and tell us what's going on?
I'm June Timpany.
I'm Donald Timpany.
And we're requesting an approval for a practical variance. And I'm not sure what questions.
Well, tell us this. Why do you need a variance to the
Well,
current?
we are currently living in Spadis, Maine, and where we live is remote, very remote, out on a private dirt road, and the maintenance for us to keep that is something that we're getting older, and he has some medical conditions that are starting to hamper us being able to maintain that on a private road. And he has some eyesight issues as well. We can't really build up because he's having some difficulty with stairs. So that limits us to one floor living. And we're just having to go upstairs because we have what we call like a daylight basement. So we have to travel upstairs, a flight of stairs. And we have to do that daily. And with his eyesight is slowly going to probably, he has diabetes is the original disease, but he has retinopathy and macular degeneration, which he gets eye injections for every 6 to 8 weeks. So we're seeing his capacity getting smaller and smaller for our living, just being able to keep up with our living. So he inherited this house in Gray from his parents. And it's a smaller, it's a little bit smaller square footage, but everything's going to be on one floor, which is, I think, going to be a little bit easier for us. And we thought his doctor would be a little closer too, but they have now moved to Topsom, so, but, so we're kind of dealing with that, and we also have, like, our driveway's very long. We're having to trying to take care of that has been difficult, and probably the past, like 3 years, 4 years, it's getting more difficult. So we were going to think about a new home, but we thought, he had this home, so it, financially makes more sense to probably take what we have and make it work for us, even though the process is a little bit more. I think for him, that would allow him to, at least, if he can't drive anymore, he can walk to Hannaford's and get his meds, because he does take a lot of medications that we have to go in. We have to leave Sabattis and go into Lewiston to get. And once the driving becomes a problem, I mean, he sees fine during the day, and he can drive during the day. It's nighttime driving, he can't. So, that's another financial thing. If we have to move and get a new home, we're dealing with more substantial finances, and we're both retired. And that could limit us as to what we do with trying to get a new home that's going to work for us and we just feel like it's probably going to be easiest for us to take what we have and make it work for us.
Just so I have I can't say perspective. Just so I have a perspective, I'm thinking out loud to myself. Spruce Drive, is that the first or the second road right beside Hannaford's?
It's the first road.
So that very short road
If
that you
you've
can...
passed Hannaford's, it's going to be the first right, going towards Poland.
Can you enter the property from the Hannaford lot?
No.
Not the back. There's like a wooded area in the back, but I'm not sure if there's like a path further down. He would know that.
Yeah, and I thought there was like an entrance also off the Hannaford parking lot.
There's a long driveway that goes back right beside Hannaford.
Yeah.
And there is a house down behind there.
Okay.
But
I just thought I recognized where it was, so now I have a good perspective of where it is and the neighborhood.
Well, there used to be a small airport in the back. Like I had a
Yes.
plane.
Yeah, his parents.
Yeah.
Okay.
The house says original 1964. It's never been renovated inside.
My parents
So-
have owned it since. We've always owned it.
So, go ahead, Derek.
I have a question. For this variance, if you were moving here, let me see if I can word this correctly. If you were moving here, let's say your health was pretty perfect, better, would you still consider this ordinance to improve this house?
Can you say that
Yeah,
again?
so if I'm trying to see if are we doing the variance due to our medical conditions, or are we doing it because it's from 1964 and needs
It's
upkeep?
both. It's both.
Okay.
Because we have to, for him, I mean, we have to have something because I said we probably could have done this and gotten second floor, added a second floor, but if he's going to have issues now, I mean, he has them now.
Right.
So I said, I don't want to have him going up and down stairs, especially when I'm not there.
Right, absolutely.
You
Yeah,
know?
because I'm just, in my head, I'm trying to make sure I can justify, I could be wrong, but I feel like if it's more of a health issue, why we're doing it, isn't that more undue hardship versus if we're updating it because it's from 1964 and it needs
That's right,
updated?
it's outdated.
Right, and that's how I'm personally
I
kind of,
mean, probably a lot of stuff in there is outdated.
gotcha, yep,
So
absolutely.
I mean, we've always kind of just, when we rented it before,
Gotcha.
it was painted, it was cosmetically
Yeah.
done. But if I'm gonna live there, I gotta have, everything is outdated. I
Yeah.
mean, we still had the original 1964 appliances, and the stove was a wall unit. I mean, that's just,
No, absolutely.
you know what I mean?
Yep.
But
I just want to make sure for the lines for within the two
it's
variances
probably a
that.
combination, because, I want to
Right,
be able
no,
to have new appliances or whatever.
Yep.
And plus cost-efficient things as well. Energy savings is one of the things I definitely want to include in that, to help reduce costs as far as heating, especially after this winter,
All right.
But, and the garage would be, the garage is, I'm not sure if we could have done a separate garage. I'm trying to keep it compact.
Gotcha.
Because there are.
One floor, like you've been saying.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Cool.
Andrew, anything yet?
I want to make sure that I understand our form for the practical difficulty appeal. It looks like it says that the current existing front setback's 24.4 feet. And it looks like it says 28 for proposed. You're not proposing?
Well, what? For
the front setback.
we're not touching the front setback at
Okay.
all.
Nothing to do with that.
Nothing,
All right.
nothing's happening. It's only the side.
Okay, well, now I'm
Do you
confused
see what I'm
now.
talking
Yeah,
about?
right, right.
Because it
Yeah, yeah.
does say that.
Okay.
Yeah, I can explain that. I can
Okay.
explain
Yeah,
this for you.
go ahead.
Excuse me.
Yep.
Basically, just so that you understand, Andrew, this house is lawfully nonconforming. It existed prior to zoning. So it doesn't meet the current setbacks. So the current setback, the current requirement would be 50 feet for this garage. Their house is currently 24.4 roughly, okay?
Gotcha.
The proposed garage is 28 feet back.
Gotcha.
Still needing a variance because it doesn't meet the 50, but it's further back than the existing house. So in theory, it's more conforming than what's
I
already
see.
there. So they do need a setback, they do need a variance for their front setback and their side setback. So
Okay.
basically, it's current requirement, current existing, because the garage does not exist. So these exist for the house, and then proposed.
Okay.
So 28 feet on the front, which would give them they're looking for 22 feet, and then 15 on the sides, which is 10 feet on the sides. And the
Okay.
only other thing that I want to add is that under the current zoning ordinance, the only disability variance that I can issue is for a ramp, and it must be removed when the person leaves the premises. I could allow them to put a ramp on the front of their house without even coming to you. There is something in state law that talks about a disability variance, because it's not an undue hardship variance. So a disability variance is specific, is very specific around parking and parking requirements and making sure that somebody's home is accessible for them. And so typically and I could pull up the law if you want me to, when residents need a variance for parking to access their home, granted, some places can just let the code officer do it. Other places have the board do it, but essentially, it is almost a given that this is passed. It's just a matter of going through the process to legalize the setbacks.
Okay.
Do you have any questions?
So
It's in the main state land use handbook. I can get you guys copies of them if you want to read them one night. They're really interesting.
Yeah.
Workshop next month.
Yeah. So I think just to make sure that I'm in the right spot in our ordinance, it looks like we're going for a practical difficulty variance as opposed to the typical variance that would require undue hardship. Here, we're only looking for practical difficulty because it's a dimensional standard that
Correct,
we're trying
yeah.
to move.
And we don't have a separate form for a disability variance.
Got it.
I mean, I think that, to me, I've seen practical difficulty variances issued for people with disabilities or mobility challenges for all kinds of things that have been, like a second kitchen in somebody's home, because a family member lives there with dietary issues, needing a separate kitchen for cooking purposes. Once that person leaves, the kitchen comes out. So, you know, I've seen them issued for all kinds of different things, but the parking one is one that is specifically cited in state law. So I just wanted to give you that background,
Okay.
okay?
Yep.
Anybody else? For me?
No.
All right, I'll give them back to you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Tammy, for explaining that much better than me.
So I'm going to delve into this a little bit. The first thing I'd like to know is, you have submitted a drawing of the proposed structure. The house itself, is that the same size? Dimensionally speaking, the house itself is not changing in size, is that correct?
That's correct.
And the current house that is a single-floor house?
It's a single house, yeah, it's a single
Oh, one floor.
residential. Yeah,
Okay, thank you.
It's 16 feet.
Yeah, it's a ranch with a daylight basement.
yeah. No, it doesn't have a daylight,
Oh, it doesn't?
No.
Okay. All right, so just a ranch.
just a single, small ranch.
Okay, so the house structure itself
Yes,
would not be changing, and you're requesting the practical difficulty to add the breezeway, if you will, the addition to go between the current house
a
and the
mudroom,
garage.
yes, a mudroom. And
And the
we're
gar-
actually taking the small bedroom,
If it's inside, I don't care.
okay, all
Okay.
right.
We look at the outside. What you do
Okay.
inside isn't going to change the size
No,
of the
it's not going to
house.
change too much.
Okay.
Other than,
So as you noticed on your application, and you've answered some of these questions, we just want to go over those with you. The need for the variance is due to the unique circumstances of the
I have a
property.
question. Did you get this addendum that went with it?
Got it.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
I just want, we want to hear it kind of like for
Yeah.
you to,
See this too?
that's a neighbor.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
Found it in the packet.
Okay.
Okay, what was your question again?
So would you just please explain to us, or would it be safe to say that the summary that the answers that you submitted are the answers that are required by the Form A through F?
Yes. I just elaborated a little bit with the addendum. That's
Okay.
all. It's not a whole lot of room on that application, really. Get into the explanation, the detailed explanation that I usually get into.
I just wanted to add one thing. I actually think that I don't think they need the side setback because I think it's 15 feet and I believe that's the required. I'm gonna go verify that. I think I made a mistake on giving her the side because I think we're non-conforming. You can be 15 on a side setback opposed to 25. So I'm gonna go check that in the zoning ordinance and then I'm gonna come back if you want to just get started.
I brought my survey map, Tammy.
Well, I don't know that we should move forward until we find out whether they need the variance or not because of
Well,
that
they do
15
because
foot.
they need the front.
They still need the front.
Yeah.
Put it in here.
I'm fairly certain it's 15 on the sides. I
Okay,
just-
well, let's verify that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in here somewhere.
Let me read back. I just didn't get my-
With regards to the front setback,
It's just for the garage.
it's just for the garage, and I would,
Right. And it's further
Well,
back
in the
than the
mudroom,
house.
I believe. If you look at the building window envelope, I think that's beyond the setback, is in the setback too.
Garage is gonna be set back,
I think the entire house is
Just a
almost
little bit.
completely in the front
well,
setback.
just so they know it's not making the
No,
building.
it's
But
it's
this
in
is
plans.
24 feet.
She
The
explained.
mudroom
well,
is,
we have the super large map.
yeah, we got this nice big one.
We've got this big, this big one
Wow,
here.
that's how you win the awards right there.
This is the house,
That's for
24.
you guys.
The breezeway is 27 and a half.
Actually, see, she still
That's
has.
the distance from here to here.
No, actually, it's from here to here. Wow,
Yeah, it
so
is the
that goes even
15
further.
foot
Looks
setback.
like,
He did this
Well,
15
now I'm
foot.
having trouble understanding that.
Because the breezeway is not as deep
It
as
is
either the
15.
house or the garage.
yeah, it is 15 on the side.
Where'd you find that?
It's on page 31 of the ordinance. I think 25 is what generally applies, but
Right.
because it
a
is a
non-conforming lot.
non-conforming lot, it's 15.
Right,
Okay.
So it's really just the front one that we need for the garage.
but that's not gonna change, the front's not gonna change from
Other
what it
than the
is.
garage,
But the garage is,
Yeah, you know what that is?
which is going back, not front.
The garage is gonna be set back
Yeah.
from the original house.
I wanted to for us to take a look at this map.
Yeah.
Georgia was pointing out that, as you can see in front of the house here, there's one measurement that says 24 feet, 24.4 feet.
right,
If
And
you
that looks
can't
like
see
it
it
go-
clearly, I have a clearer
We're good for a
one.
minute. That clearly goes to the steps,
Right.
27 and a half to
and
the house.
27 and a half to the house. I just want to clarify that measurement.
How deep is that?
Where do the Mancinis live? Like, I saw
They
the
live
email
across the
from-
street,
Okay.
across the street on Shaker Road.
Oh, I see, okay.
So where Spruce Avenue meets 26th, the Mancinis are one house down on the left.
All right. Okay.
And the breezeway's not as deep as the house or the garage, so it's even further back.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
And this, the garage is 28 feet,
And the proposed garage is 28 feet back.
.8 inches.
Okay.
That's what it says.
And Andrew, you found out that the side setback requirement in the non-conforming zone is 15 feet.
Yeah, 15.
And currently, in the proposal, it's 15 feet.
Right, but it says under
Yeah, but that's
current-
where Tammy
Yeah,
said
it
she
says right
thinks
here.
she's erred,
She
her
put
error, that she
25,
should have put
and it
15
should be
there.
15.
That's what Tammy was saying.
Okay,
So
okay.
basically, it's just the frontage for the,
Right.
for the garage, the 28 feet for the garage.
28.8.
Just want to flag for you guys that we will have to review all the criteria on page 79.
Yeah, and that's the same stuff that's on the front of the
Yeah.
application, yeah. And they sent a written testimony, or a written statement answering those questions, which is attached. All they gotta do is find it now, it's buried in this pile. Right there. You have the Mancini letter there?
Yes,
I didn't open the package. So while we're waiting to get an answer from Tammy, we also received, and I know this is a little confusing, but I'm going around in circles. Let's do Tammy first.
So yeah, I did make a mistake when I filled that out. So lawfully non-conforming structures can have a 15-foot side setback. So it looks like they're gonna be right on that side setback. Their overhang would count, so I would say maybe reduce it to like giving them a foot, a side setback, a variance for, rather than doing the 10 feet that they're asking for, or whatever it is, maybe 1 foot, so that the overhang can be in the setback, which greatly reduces the amount that they need.
So the number on the application for proposed side setback would be 14 feet?
Correct.
Okay, I make a motion to amend the application so that the side setback statements read
Thank you.
current requirement as being 15 feet. The currently existing is 30 feet, and the proposed is 14 feet. Is there a second to the motion to amend the application?
Georgia Woodbury, I second the motion.
Any discussion?
Would you mind saying it again? I'm sorry. 14 on the side, but the rear and front were,
Okay,
Where the errors are made on the application,
Yeah.
I'm moving to amend the application to read correctly, side setback 15 feet, current existing setback 30 feet, proposed setback 14 feet.
I'm
got it.
just fixing
Yeah.
that line.
It-
Sounds good.
It corrects the application, It allows them to amend the application. All those in favor of allowing the amendment to the application? Okay. Now, moving forward. One of you, just summarize, please. We don't have to really summarize anything. I mean, they've answered the questions. Does anybody have any questions about any of the requirements for the practical difficulty? I think they've done a good job explaining why they're requesting it. The structure itself isn't good, the house itself isn't any bigger.
I think the only one that's giving me a little bit of trouble is A, where it says the need for a variance is due to the unique circumstances of the property and not to the general condition of the neighborhood. It kind of seems like if variances are required for everybody to build a garage, then it's not so unique to this property and might be more of a neighborhood condition. Just a thought.
I have a question that I'll ask. What is the possibility of not needing any setback requirement on that side if the breezeway and the garage were attached, eliminating the space between the breezeway and the garage?
Can you repeat that?
What happens if the garage and the breezeway were attached? In other words, a direct entrance from the breezeway right into the garage, and that way the 2 or 3, 4 feet between the breezeway and the garage could be eliminated, and you wouldn't need a setback at all.
We don't really have a separation other than maybe the outside wall.
Oh, I'm sorry, I looked at
On the
wrong-
drawing, it
on
looks
the-
like there's
On the drawing, it
separation.
looks like there's a separation there.
No, there isn't.
There's not.
There is no separation. So that outside wall where the breezeway is going to be, the garage is right on the other side of it.
So it's all attached?
Yes.
So whoever drew your site plan
thought you could
made
say
a
no,
mistake.
Okay,
Right.
that's
Drew it as a
okay.
detached
Save it,
garage.
2 or 3
Yeah.
feet there.
Detached
right there.
garage.
No, it's
No, I
not.
understand why
It's an
you asked that.
attached garage. And,
So the plans are correct,
yeah,
but
The drawing is not.
the drawing, whoever did that made a mistake and did not show it connected.
Okay, let me ask another question then regarding the garage. Would you need a setback if, let's say you had an oversized one-car garage?
the setback would still be the same. I mean, the required setback.
An oversized one-car garage, you might be able, you couldn't reduce the width of the garage?
I suppose we could, but it's going to create a problem with both vehicles in there. With 2 vehicles. Because I still have to allow for the clearance on the door on that side of the garage, which is coming right around the corner. I have to have clearance for the vehicle. Otherwise, it's going to hit.
There are 2 cars.
If you see the door on the left side, if I go smaller, it's going to be hitting a vehicle there.
Well, he's talking about one big door.
Are you talking about the garage, an oversized garage door, or? are you-
I'm talking about reducing the size of the 2-car garage
That's what,
such that it's one door
yeah.
that you could drive 2 cars through and save that 2 feet right in the middle.
I suppose we could,
I
but,
mean, in other words, if a car is, let's say, 8 feet wide,
right,
that's 16 feet and allow, 2 feet to 3 feet.
yeah. I have to have a stairway that comes out too, that comes out from the house. That, I mean.
So there's a stairway inside the garage.
Yeah, to go into the house.
Okay.
Oh, you step up into the house.
Yeah, there's gonna be like a platform there. It's not gonna be just 2
So the
steps.
platform is in the garage.
It'll be like a landing or a platform so we can walk up there, so I can have a handrail.
Okay.
I know he shows 2 steps, but I was thinking more like a platform. So when we're walking up, I need to have a handrail to walk up there.
Can I ask Tammy a question about measuring setbacks? You mentioned the overhang of the roof. Do you measure from just the furthest point out, regardless of whether it's touching the ground? Like, would you measure the setback to the base of the garage?
It would be from the overhang.
It would be to the overhang?
Yeah, so technically, when they draw houses that are right on the line, they,
Gotcha. Okay.
and what's the proposed garage size?
The garage, the size of the garage, I believe it's, I have it here, he's got it.
Looks what, 25 by 27 maybe?
Yeah.
I
something
think
like that,
7
yeah.
could be a 1. I'm not.
24, 25 wide?
I thought it was 28 wide. But he may
Yeah.
be figuring.
Because typically, if they have to have a landing in the garage if they need to go from the garage into the house, they have to have a landing within the garage. That landing needs to be at least 3 by 3 to meet code with stairs. And typically, your standard 2-car garage, whether it's 1 car or 2 cars, is 24 feet wide. And that's pretty tight. That's not giving you full swinging door open. So making 1 opening for a door doesn't buy you anything by having 2, rather than having 2 individual doors. It doesn't reduce the size. So basically, they would need, in order to have a 2-car garage that would be pretty much as tight as you can kind of make them from industry standard in the 30-plus years I've been doing this, you need at least 24 feet for both cars. You're going to need 3 feet for that landing. So that's 27 feet right there. Typically, structures, houses, garages, sheds are all in pretty much even numbered dimensions. 24 by 26, 28 by 24. So that's why they would need the 28-foot wide, is in order to get that landing with stairs in there to meet code.
Does anybody else have any questions?
No, I think I'm okay.
Derek?
I don't at this time.
Andrew?
I'm all set.
Then, I would make the motion that the need for a variance is due to the unique circumstances of the property and not to the general condition of the neighborhood. I say that because the property is an older piece of land, probably laid out when every other structure in that neighborhood was laid out. And since the neighborhood was developed, the zoning requirements or the ordinances have changed to require a larger lot. So that, in this case, the owners are in a unique situation that the law, so to speak, or the ordinance, has put them in this situation, which is actually unique to a number of properties in Gray. Is there a second?
What was the motion?
The motion is to, the need for a variance is due to the unique circumstances of the
Point
property
A.
and not to the general condition of the neighborhood. That was the motion, and then I qualified it with all that other blabbering I did.
Okay. Georgia Woodbury, I second the motion.
Any discussion? Any comment from the public
Can I just speak for 1 second?
on this specific thing? Yes.
Yeah. I live at 7 Spruce Drive, and I've known Don, I've known him for quite a while. I wouldn't call us best of friends, but we've always been friends, only because he's not lived there. I knew him on the professional side. And I really hope this works, because I'm so excited to have him for a neighbor. I don't know if you're real familiar with Spruce Drive, but you're right, it's an older neighborhood. It's kind of been, I've been there for about 30 years. It's kind of dragged down, you know, run down a little bit, and now it's coming back the other way. People have, you know, passed away, and the houses have sold, and it's really, I call it Gray's best hidden secret, because honestly, it doesn't get more gray than that. We've got Hannaford, we've got the school, we're close to the fire department. You know, to have somebody to come in, and I don't speak, you can tell I'm nervous doing this, but I'm all for good neighbors, and that's why I'm here. I want a good neighbor, and I wasn't gonna come, but I talked to Don on the phone, and he said to me, Jeff, I'm not sure if this doesn't pass, I'm gonna probably have to give up. He's rented this house, I would say unsuccessfully, but I don't know that for a fact, but he's always maintained it. Himself, he's come mowed the lawn, he's taken care of it, you know, this is selfish of me, but I would love to have Dawn for a neighbor. I hope this works, and like I said, he's not the same guy I met. He's aged, and as I have too. And if you know, if this is what it can be, I would like it to be. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you.
All those in favor of the motion? It's unanimous. Anybody for letter B?
Thank you very much.
We're not done.
Oh, okay.
We gotta go through this 4 more times.
Okay.
Actually, 5.
Point B, granting the variance will not produce an undesirable change to the character of the neighborhood and will not unreasonably detrimentally affect the use or market value of abutting properties.
Okay, so Shirley makes the motion. Is there a second?
Second that one.
A second by Andrew. Any discussion?
Well, it sounds like the only change to the neighborhood sounds like a desirable change of a good neighbor. So,
In a modernized house.
right.
I've had a lot of tenants, and I've had a couple of good ones, and the last one was awful. Actually ruined the house inside.
Well, that unfortunately, that happens when we're
Yeah.
dead.
Yes, yes.
Okay, all those in favor of the motion? It's unanimous. It was unanimous, right, Derek?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see it. Okay, letter C. Anybody want to take a shot at that?
Georgia Woodbury. The practical difficulty is not the result of action taken by the petitioner or a prior owner.
Is there a second?
I'll second that one too.
And I think we would put in the notes that the need for this basically is because the zoning or the ordinances have changed in terms of lot sizes and setbacks since the land was originally purchased and developed. And since then, they've been, well, it's not their fault that happened, though. Okay, all those in favor of the motion? It's unanimous. Letter D. Anybody want to take a shot at that? I will. I'd make the motion that no other feasible alternative to a variance is available to the petitioner. Is there a second?
Georgia Woodbury, I second.
Motion Fogg, Woodbury second. Discussion? I'm saying that because we've given a lot of thought and talked to, could we reduce the size of the garage? Could we change the setback? You know, could we, we looked at the disability issues with, you know, requiring the steps inside. We've looked at, you know, the location of the property. We've looked at the current setback, which is only a foot from what the ordinance requires. And the neighboring structure, any neighboring structure is how close?
Probably, she has a 14-foot setback,
Yeah, I think there's one right here.
technically. She has, it's supposed to be 15, but she has 14.
Okay, so that probably won't be changing. So there won't be any noticeable, really, in my opinion, no noticeable change to the appearance of the setback requirements. That's why I made the motion.
Okay.
Any other comments? All those in favor of the motion? Unanimous. Letter E? Anybody?
Derek Shirley. Letter E, granting the variance will not unreasonably adversely affect the natural environment.
Is there Fogg will second? You're not cutting, no trees are going to be cut down or anything like that, correct?
No, we actually had all the trees already cut years ago, but there's nothing, yeah, those big pines, I don't like those things. We have no trees on our lot that are even close to the house. There is one on the line, on the property line.
So the
To the
general appearance
left,
of the
but we're
neighborhood
not
isn't changing.
touching that. That's on, that's like literally on,
So the general appearance of the neighborhood is not changing?
no. The only thing might be a little bit more dirt during the construction
Well,
phase, but other than
Okay.
that, nothing will be changing.
All those in favor of letter E? It's unanimous. Letter F.
Georgia Woodbury. I move the property is not located in whole or in part within shoreline areas as described in Title 38, Section 435.
I'll second that.
And I would dare say that we could probably determine that by the
Yeah.
fact that it's in rural residential. All those that agree with the finding? There we go. Unanimous.
Do we need to?
Pardon?
Browsing, oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Browsing these on the back.
Yes, on the back, you'll see there's some, for the grade zoning ordinance, just want to take a look at those. And I think, at least from my perspective, we've hashed over most of those things pretty well.
Yes, I think so too.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like fencing or screening would be appropriate.
Yeah.
No,
Tammy, that's not on the wellhead, right? Oh, it can't be, because the Hannaford Brothers
Water.
isn't in the wellhead.
If, the way the zoning districts are laid out, if you're in wellhead, that is your zone.
Okay,
It's not like an overlay zone. Wellhead 1 and 2 are specific zones, so we would be discussing wellhead rather than RRA.
okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
Yep.
Do we need to make a finding on practical difficulty?
We do that in our next motion.
Okay, all right.
That would be that would be the final motion if you want to make that.
Yeah, I will move for a finding that strict application of the ordinance to the property would create a practical difficulty.
Would,
Yes, it would.
okay. I would second the motion. Any discussion?
I think we had it.
Okay, now, that final one, and Drew, what we normally do on a final motion to give overall approval is we reiterate the information
Good.
in the public hearing notice. So I would move that Donald and June Timpany be granted a practical difficulty variance appeal from the standards established in the zoning ordinance to reduce a side and front setback on a .40 acre parcel at 4 Spruce Drive, tax map 027-047-019-000 in the Rural Residential and Agricultural Zoning District. Is there a second?
Georgia Woodbury, I second the motion.
Any discussion? Any comment from the public? I don't see anybody on Zoom. Well, I just thought I'd take a, I've been glancing at that once in a while. All those in favor? Your practical difficulty is granted sometime in the next 7 days. The town office will type up the finding and decision. Either George or I will sign it, and we'll get that to you.
Okay.
Very
Now I
good.
can say thank you.
Very
welcome.
much.
Congratulations.
Good luck.
It's been a process, trying to get everything
I don't know
done.
if you people know that area that Freddie Adler
Yeah, they
built all those houses in there. And my parents, that house was the first house that started that all off.
That whole development.
Really?
Oh, that's
This
awesome.
is the first house, yeah.
Yeah,
So like what Adler Senior Drive, and that it is a nice little neighborhood. I ride my bike through there once in a while.
It is a nice little neighborhood, you know.
Okay. I would make the announcement that we will schedule, if it's agreeable, at least a workshop on the 4th Wednesday of March to go over zoning difficulties and the types of appeals that we handle.
Yeah, that's what had wanted to ask you is I don't anticipate that there's going to be an appeal in March, but I wanted to ask you if you still wanted to have a business meeting. When you do a workshop.
We'll have a workshop.
Okay, so you want that at 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock?
What works for everybody?
7, I work Wednesday.
I like 7.
7.
Yep, the other thing that I need to do, and I think it's just going to be a housekeeping clerical type thing, is that I need to find out if the boards, which I think we should just do it anyways, have to adopt a remote meeting attendance policy, which is basically the same as what the council does. So say if one of you couldn't be here in person tonight, and like Derek Shirley wanted to join on Teams because he couldn't make it, but yet he could be home by 7 o'clock to join. You can actually have a board member also participate through the Teams app that we're using, and just as if they're sitting in the room, but I think procedurally, I think we're supposed to adopt our own policy. So I would put that on the workshop agenda for, well, I don't know if we can do it as a workshop. We just do it as business meeting and discuss
First,
what
let's find out if all committees aren't held to the same responsibility as the town council. If the town council drew up a policy on remote attendance, is that policy applicable only to them, or is it applicable to all committees that the town has? If it's applicable.
I think what it is I think it's applicable to the semi-judicial boards.
Well,
but I need to
let's
find
just-
out.
Let's find out,
I'll verify that.
and if we need to do something, then we'll make it a business meeting. If we don't need to do anything, we'll just continue on with the workshop.
Okay,
Okay?
yep. We could always do a workshop first, quick business meeting too, if we have to. But I think you might be right. I think the boards might be able to follow council policy. But I just wanted to mention it. I'll follow up with you though,
Okay.
once I get an answer, okay?
Thank you.
Yep, you're welcome.
If there is no other new business, is there a motion to adjourn?
Derek Shirley, motion to adjourn.
Without objection, we are adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
thank you very much.
Thank you. Good luck.